I'm Sophia Miraglio, KION News Channel 546. No, not this early, Matt, but you know what is happening? A lot of these stands, they are showing up all around town. It's gone from more than 150 to right around 60 people living down here. You can see the majority of tents set up right behind me on Soledad Street. So many young victims. Here's one right here, age 18.
KION's Sophia Miraglio is live in King City. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Barry. So we've all heard of the Tour de France. Well, the Amgen Tour is the equivalent here in North America. It is a huge deal, and it's all happening right here on 3rd Street and Broadway. You can see the start line right behind me. Now, all those people in those areas can go to Boulder Creek Elementary this morning or Lakeside School in Los Gatos. And we just got an update from CAL FIRE. First injury of this fire, and it was a CAL FIRE inmate from smoke inhalation.
We begin now with breaking news. The McDonald's restaurant on Canyon Del Rey Boulevard at Del Monte Boulevard in Seaside is on fire this morning. Our Sophia Miraglio is live at the scene on a very, very busy roadway, and she's got the latest on the fire. Good morning, Sophia. What do you know?
Yeah, good morning, Barry. So first off, you know, the flames absolutely big. When I first got on the scene, I parked about, I don't know, a couple blocks down, and you could see the flames. Quite a scary scene. Let me get out of the way for you guys. Now, what just happened was that right portion of the McDonald's building actually just collapsed. I was looking to see students here at Salinas High and all over the Central Coast will participate in one way or another with the national protest. Senate Bill 250, also known as the Child Hunger Prevention and Fair Treatment Act of 2017, is making its way through the California legislature. People have been showing up since 5:30 in the morning, both charter buses completely full, and you said it, they are just about ready to take off. Let's go up here and let's talk to Debbie, who has kind of organized everything. Debbie, come talk to me.
Okay. So that's about it, and we go, we leave, and we return about 5 p.m. and it's going to be beautiful.
And Debbie, you know, we kind of talked about this. I actually met you 3 years ago at this event, and it continues to grow, unfortunately, because that just means more people have lost their loved ones, and this is the first time that you are coming to this march on the Capitol.
Today is my first time.
You know, we've heard those kind of stories all morning long, and if you look out on this bus, everyone here has lost a loved one. Maria right there we spoke to in the last half hour, you know, so everyone is looking for answers. Everyone wants to keep their loved one's name alive. Now we will let them get on their way, heading up to march on the Capitol. For now, back to you, Barry.
Much as it didn't just happen overnight, it's not going to change overnight as well.
Fueled by drugs, the town that never sleeps.
Hi, how's it going, sir? I mean, it slows down later, but pretty much all night.
In the wake of 3 homicides over the past 3 weeks, Salinas police are making their presence known.
We'll clear it out.
All right, brother.
All right, man. The more of a presence we can have definitely has an effect.
Drug trafficking is one theory for the recent uptick in violence.
The dynamics of who's in control and who's dealing and in charge down here certainly changes and evolves, and that could be part of the reason for the violence that's occurred down here.
Salinas Police Commander Dave Craybill.
When law enforcement targets a specific group, which we have over the years, the problem with that is once you remove a group of individuals, that creates a vacuum, and there always seems to be someone that will fill that hole.
A hole that's hard to escape, even for the innocent.
That's very common for people to be sleeping in them or sitting in them.
One of the concerns that we have certainly is the vulnerable population that is down here. And to be straightforward, there's a lot of people that are scared to death. And, you know, they do want us down here. There's been a significant improvement in the lifestyle down here.
One of those improvements is actually right here behind me, the future home of the Chinatown Health Center. Now set to open October 3rd, they will provide people with addiction outpatient services.
There's blight, there's narcotics addicts, criminals, drug dealers, but believe it or not, there are a lot of good people down here that really are seeking resources, really want help.
One RV will show up somewhere, before you know it, within a week, there's like 6 or 7, you know what I mean?
Recreational vehicles have been driven out of Lapis Road along Highway 1 near Marina. They also can no longer park in Chinatown overnight. These changes have resulted in a visible increase of RVs along Salinas streets.
We've been noticing an influx of recreational vehicles parked in residential areas, commercial areas. We have seen some residual coming from other cities.
Most RVs are found around industrial areas. However, they are now just about everywhere, from grocery store parking lots to busy streets.
We're pretty lenient with them, you know, they don't bother us and we don't bother them, and sometimes we do help them out.
Giovanni Bermudez has owned and operated his business on Sanborn Place for the past 20 years. The area also happens to be a popular spot to park motorhomes.
You know, we've had problems looking for our own parking here, and sometimes they even park in our lot. They have nowhere else to go. If they park in other places, other businesses actually call in and call parking enforcement.
The ordinance regarding recreational vehicles is very clear. You can only be parked out on the roadway for 72 hours, which is why you often see people moving from one spot to the next.
We can only stay in one spot for so long. Sometimes it's just a spot that hasn't been blown up, but for the most part, it's just basically until, somebody complains.
Henderson says that's why they try to steer clear of residential neighborhoods.
You want to avoid places really that people are going to call, and complain about, and in residential, you're basically in their own backyard.
Senior Code Enforcement Officer Lorenzo Sanchez says being homeless is not a crime. It's the activities that often come along with it.
The theft, the prostitution, the drugs, the lack of restrooms.
Griffin Street near the 101 is a prime example of why not having proper restrooms or places to throw away trash is critical, as this popular parking area is right next to a drainage ditch.
We encourage the public to let us know where these recreational vehicles are, where these abandoned vehicles are, where these homeless camps are popping up, so that the city can act properly and efficiently.
25% of Monterey County residents read below the 4th grade level, and yet county libraries are dealing with the shrinking book budget.
If you have to wait 6 to 8 months for a bestseller, why would you wait? And so we're really losing readers that way.
There are 17 branches in the Monterey County Free Library system, with a total operating budget right around $10 million.
Only pays for the basics, which is rents, maintaining our facilities, the salaries, benefits, supplies, that kind of stuff. And our book budget has progressively gone down over the years.
And for fiscal year 2019, there's no money in the budget to buy new books.
Just trying to make ends meet and not close branches down. We really don't want to. It is important for us to be in all our communities. We have no money in the budget for books.
So they've put in a request for $300,000 from the millions generated by marijuana taxes.
It's a basic necessity for the libraries to function, to have the ability to buy books.
And the public agrees.
In the recent survey that has been going out to find out where the money should go from the cannabis funds, it was very clear that the library was actually front and center.
But for now, Monterey County Free Libraries and the hundreds of thousands who use their services are at the mercy of the board.
I would like to encourage people to contact their county supervisors to let them know how strongly they feel about supporting libraries with the cannabis funds, so that the libraries do receive the funding that they so well deserve.
Doctors recommend 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Now, to make up for that extra hour we just lost, doctors say just go to bed early. So doctor's orders, Barry.
Well, if doctor says, well then, yeah, sure, Barry will do it. Hey, before we go, I want to circle back to daylight saving time. It's a reminder for us to do something else, isn't it, every year?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the time where you also want to go check the batteries in your smoke alarm. They always say daylight saving time, a good reminder to do that.